Hello guys, welcome to another episode of GeeklyEDU. My name is Eddie, and today we will be talking about the chain rule. So, the chain rule is a very important topic when it comes to derivatives. And basically the idea is that, when we start to go over derivatives, we have, let's call them simple functions, okay? So we can have sine of x, and we can take the derivative of this, and this is cosine x, okay? I can have e to the power of x prime, which becomes e to the power of x, and so on and so forth. Now, the chain rule is what happens when we have a function within a function, okay? So what happens when I want to take the derivative of sine of 2x? Okay, so I know that the sine should become a cosine, but now there's also that extra 2. What about if I have the sine of e to the power of x? What if I have the sine of 2e to the power of x? So we need to figure out a way to basically use the knowledge that we have, but also extend it a little bit for more complicated functions. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, let's take a step back, and we're going to think of these more complicated functions as a composition. So you have f of g of x, okay? And just to give you an example, this could be sine of 2x. So then basically in this example, f of x would be sine of x, and g of x would be 2x. Alright? So then if I do f of g, I get sine of 2x. Okay? This is just a basic function composition. Now, when I want to take the derivative of one of these functions, what I'm going to have as a result is f prime evaluated in g of x. Okay, so I just take the derivative of the outermost function times g prime of x. So I need to include an extra derivative of whatever is inside. Okay, so let's try an example. If I take the derivative of the sine of 2x, then this is going to be the cosine of 2x. Remember, because the sine becomes a cosine, and what's going to be inside the cosine is still the function g, times the derivative of whatever is inside the function f. So the derivative of this thing right here, so this is 2, so this is 2 cosine 2x. Okay? Now, let's try another example, maybe a little bit, one that's more complicated. So let's say that I want to take the derivative of the sine of 2e to the power of x. Again, you're always going to go from the outermost function to the innermost function. So the outermost is sine. So that's cosine of whatever is inside. That doesn't matter. Okay? I'm just dealing with the outside. Times, and then the derivative of whatever is inside. So 2e to the power of x becomes 2e to the power of x. So then I have 2e to the power of x cosine 2e to the power of x. And that's just what it is. And it can get as nasty as we want, but that's the basic idea. Okay? So, now, if you were doing a really complicated problem, you could have more functions, okay? So you could have f of g of h of x, basically. Okay, so you could have 3 functions. I mean, you could have 5, okay? And then you just have to go outermost first, then the middle one, then the innermost, okay? Let's do one example of this, just to wrap things up. So let's assume that I have let's say I have the natural log of the sine of 3x. Okay, so then we can identify that there are three functions here. Okay, so we have natural log number 1, sine number 2, 3x number 3. Okay, and what are we going to do? We just go in order. Okay, so if I want to take the derivative of this, so this primed, then I'm going to have the derivative of just the natural log, okay, which we know is 1 over whatever is inside, sine of 3x, times. Then I deal with the sine, it becomes a cosine. So I have a cosine of whatever is inside, times, now I have to deal with the 3x, okay, and then I get a 3. So I move things a little bit, and I get 3 cotangent 3x, or 3 times cosine divided by sine. Same thing. Now, a quick wrap up, because this is easy, but we just need to, you guys need to practice as much as possible. And remember, you can leave a comment in this video. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. And we will make more videos with more problems in the future. So, the chain rule is basically a rule that tells you how to take a derivative of more complex functions, meaning functions that are within other functions. And the rule will always be the same, guys. If you have f of g, if you have f of g of h, like here, you start taking derivatives of the outermost functions, and then you make your way to the innermost, okay? And remember, if you have 5 functions, then you go one by one, and then you multiply them, just like I did here. So this is going to be number 1, this is going to be number 2, and this is going to be number 3. And if you have 5, then you do it 5 times. So, you know, just a very simple summary of what the chain rule is. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section. Like the video. We're posting videos every single day for you guys. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.